Welcome back to another game, guys. I'm just going to turn off my screen display for a second here. Okay, we're back. So this is for the Season 9 Discord League Cup round of 64. It's going to be a unicorn mirror match. Action Johnny versus sea42. Action Johnny is one of our crab guys. He's been playing unicorn lately, but originally he was a crab player. I don't know who sea43 is. This is my first time seeing him. We'll see how this goes. So Action Johnny's going to open up with a Border Rider. Both players see a Shono. C also sees a Keeper Initiate. That's pretty good. The Border Rider is going to be pretty big here, though. I should probably link my stream. So let's see. So we have the Border Rider. So what do you play here? This is kind of awkward. Action Johnny sees the sea42 encampment as well. So he's going to have a lot of readying this turn going on. If he has like a charge, that would be actually insane. I think he should just take the Passing Fate. If he has charge, he does take the Passing Fate. It doesn't necessarily mean he has it. We see the Battle Maiden Recruit played. You just have to play Shono, right? Play him with like 2 Fate. Ooh, doesn't play him. Okay. That might be okay. So they're both going to draw 5. So yeah, Action Johnny definitely wants the charge. sea43 would not mind a charge as well. It's always a good card to have. So let's see. Gonna move on to the conflict phase. Action Johnny has the first attack. I would consider going water. I would also consider, let's see, earth is good, fire is okay, maybe. Water is not too big. It's just going to bow the Battle Maiden Recruit. We see a Wayfinder, so we're going to get to see a province here. Finds Border Fortress. So do you just attack Border Fortress then? I think maybe you do. You don't mind hitting Feast or Famine. Shameful Display is bad, but not the end of the world. What else is there? Let me open up the deck list here. Oh, well, I don't have his deck list, but Action Johnny is running Border Fortress, Upholding Authority, Feast or Famine, Pilgrimage, and Rally to the Cause. Interesting, I'm seeing Pilgrimage in some Unicorn decks. I guess they run that over Shameful. I've always said that Shameful is just always better than Pilgrimage, but I guess Unicorn just want to stall their opponent as much as possible so they can get a bunch of breaks. Looks like we're going to see this Wayfinder go for a political attack. I would definitely not mind finding Feast or Famine here, but I think you might just go for the Border Fortress. I think that's fine. We'll see what he decides to do. Mm. It's gonna go at upholding authority. So that was a face, or he didn't know what that was gonna be, I believe. Um, Shrode says, I think I'd scout for feast or famine. Yeah, so I do kind of like attacking into an unknown province here. If you can find feast or famine, that's good. If you can find anything that's not feast or famine, you just have a better idea of where feast or famine is now. So this seems good. Upholding authority actually literally does nothing here unless it breaks, which is good as well. So upholding authority might have actually been the best one to find other than feast or famine. You definitely didn't want to hit pilgrimage if you could help it. Ooh, we see the how do you say that? Shiksha Scout. That is the only Naga character currently in the game. I haven't seen too many unicorns play it. While this character is participating in conflict, you are considered to control an additional character in this conflict. It's not really that great. If Action Johnny had an Assassinate there, then I definitely would have played it. Let's see if he's running Assassinate, actually. Looks like he is not. No Assassinate. But that's fine. You're fine just taking that loss there. Unicorn, or I can't say Unicorn because they're both Unicorn, but sea42 is going to pass his first conflict. So I expect Action Johnny to go for Void now. That would be the call, in my opinion. You go Military Void. If you have charge, you bring in somebody. Probably the regulars, if I had to guess. And then you can stand the Border Rider. You can stand whoever you charge in, or the Wayfinder with your Shiotome encampment. Ooh, finds feast or famine. So either that was just a really lucky play, or he didn't care about pilgrimage because he's going to charge, maybe. We do see a defense here, so going to try and turn off the Unicorn Stronghold if he can. See it pass, so is there the charge? Yes, there is. Very nice. So Feast or Famine is going to break now, and he can use the Unicorn Stronghold unless... Oh, never mind. Favorable ground moves in. So this is actually a really good favorable ground because the Scout means that he now counts as having 3 characters in this conflict. So if Action Johnny wanted to turn on his Stronghold, he would have to play 2 additional characters. And he's actually not going to get to use the Regular's ability either. So all he will get here is the break on Feast or Famine. I say all. I mean, that's still pretty good, right? But he'll definitely get the favor as well, because again, he can ready both of these characters. But yeah, that Shiksha Scout is actually... Ooh, Force of the River. That's pretty good. So unfortunately, he has to play it on a Wayfinder with 0 Fate, but he can bring in these 2 face down cards now as additional characters, and that will put him back in range of having more characters than your opponent, unless there's another conflict character. I would go ahead and let him use the Force of the River first if I have a conflict character. Actually, maybe not, because he wants characters in his discard pile, but I mean, he can use it anyway, so I don't know, it doesn't really matter, I guess. We do see that used, so sea43 needs to have another conflict character here to prevent these abilities. Ooh, wow, we see a Stoic Gunzo with 1 Fate. Interesting. So does Action Johnny have another conflict character is the question. Um, oh, he does. Nice. He has a Wayfinder. So again, C needs another conflict character. It's pretty crazy because all of these conflict characters are not being played to have anything to do with whether this province breaks. They're just being played for these two unicorn abilities. It is pretty big. If this goes off, he gets to draw a card and gain a fate. Rebuilds a favorable ground. So he's gonna move home? Yeah, interesting. And then he's also gonna get to use the Unicorn Stronghold here. Wait. He put a fate on the Wayfinder. Wait. uh, Whoops. That's just a mistake, right? Oh, nice. You can use that with Force of the River. Yeah, that was a mistake. Putting a fate on that Wayfinder. I'm not sure about that one. Ooh, that was the watering, so he's gonna ready this Wayfinder actually. And again, now he can ready these two characters as well. Yeah, yeah, that whole conflict was a little bit strange. I mean, I think both players did play it correctly, except for the fate on the Wayfinder. For no reason. I mean, it wasn't for no reason. It was to prevent these two things from happening, right? Like, you really don't want him to draw a card and gain a fate. Yeah, he probably just forgot what province he was attacking. It's not really a big deal, but it was kind of unfortunate. You just essentially put a fate on this Battle Maiden for no reason. But yeah, you don't want him to draw a card and gain a fate, and you don't want him to get another military attack either. So the Gunso is going to attack the encampment now. If he wants to sacrifice someone, he will have to sacrifice the Battle Maiden, so it won't be as bad that he put a fate on it, but you still essentially wasted a fate. Oh wow. Action Johnny has not readied his other two characters yet. Ooh, and that's Pilgrimage. That's really good. But yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't ready these. So firing here to get this Keeper into play. Pilgrimage going to cancel the ring effect though. So now you ready these two guys and you go Military Void. And again, you know the whole province row. So you can go wherever you want. Seems good. So if sea42, I haven't actually seen his list, but if he has Pilgrimage, you can probably just break Pilgrimage, right? Might be a little bit risky. You could go into Upholding Authority if you don't care about that effect. Or you could go into Border Fort. We'll see what he chooses here. The only bad news for Action Johnny is that his board is going to clear this turn, and his opponent's board is not. The Voidering will improve that a little bit. You can kill either the Gunso or the Naga. Which one do you kill? Probably the Naga, right? Because it messes with your abilities. and it has one more stat technically. And Gunso makes you sacrifice stuff. Although he will have these two to sacrifice, so maybe you just do the Gunso actually. Yeah. So Shroud's 5 rings DB is not online today for some reason. Wait, he left the regulars at home? Oh, for favor, sure. He wants to break this though, doesn't he? Seems weird. Yeah, so 5 rings DB is down, and that is what sea42's deck list is on. They did ask the admins for a copy of the deck list, so Action Johnny does have his deck list, but I do not. Not a big deal. So he is going to go at Border Fort, and he is going to send just the Border Rider. I'm not sure I agree with this. Maybe he wants to leave Border Fort around to do some farming. I would have thought that you would send the regulars as well, though, and just get the second break on turn 1. This does guarantee him the favor, though. So maybe he has like a Sentry in hand or something. Yep. So he did take care of the scout there. I definitely would have considered the Gunso, but maybe the scout was just better, actually. So let's see. What do we have here? Johnny's going to find a Battle Maiden, a Nergui, and a Master of the Swift Waves. Seems good. There's a Kudaka over there. Plays a Moto Youth with 1 Fate. Could play Shono as well. He doesn't have a whole lot of cavalry on the board, but Shono's still pretty good, I think. Kudaka's fine also, I guess. There's the Battle Maiden Recruit. I think Johnny will buy at least one of these big characters, if not both. So Action Johnny basically needs to survive through this turn and try and prevent the pilgrimage break if he can. Oh wait, he didn't use Border Fort? Why didn't he use Border Fort? That was a mistake, right? Yeah, there's no reason not to use Border Fort. Just forgot about it, I guess. So thinking if he wants to play another character here, I guess. If he has charge for Duro, that would be pretty strong. But he does have to watch out for the Censure. 2 Censure in Johnny's deck. Ooh, wow, this is really interesting. So he plays Kudaka, and then Johnny actually takes the Passing Fate. Maybe he's going to Cav Reserves here. You get Shono, Border Rider, Battle Maiden. Seems pretty good. And yeah, he really just needs to last through this turn here. So I expect that C43 will probably go air. Seems really good. You get a fate in a card if you win, and you get a fate regardless of whether you win or not. The effect doesn't do a whole lot for you, but like, what else are you really going to go here, right? The only other choice would be water, and that's not that good, so I think you go air. I mean, I guess Earth, but air is like slightly better than Earth, I think, because if you win, you get a total of 2 fate and still get to draw a card. So the only thing you lose is the random discard. So let's see if there are any actions. Nope. So what's this first conflict going to be? One thing he has to watch out for is Talisman into Feast or Famine. Could potentially be a play. Sending Kudaka and the Keeper Initiate with air at Pilgrimage. Interesting. This is military even. So I guess maybe he has charge, but if that gets censured, then you're in a lot of trouble. Right, maybe he has double charge. But again, double censure. So as long as this isn't breaking, you're fine. You don't really want him to have the airing, but I don't know if you can help it here. You could play Cav Reserves if you have it, but that seems kind of expensive. I guess you get the Border Rider and she can stand, so maybe fine. No defense. See what he's going to play. Again, you could just pass here since it is Pilgrimage and it's not breaking. So I have to expect that sea42 has some kind of military buff here, or I don't see why he would attack this province. Maybe he's just fine getting the airing, but not getting the effect, but not breaking this is not great. Okay, he has an Invocation of Ash that works. So Action Johnny needs to play a card now, or this is going to break. You could play a charge, maybe? Ooh, he has a Goblin Sneak. That is going to take the last fate. However, he does not play it into the conflict, which I guess makes sense because it wouldn't prevent the break anyway. Let's see what else he has here. That is going to turn off any potential charge since the other player has no fate now. So he can just go ahead and play. Okay, he plays a charge on the Master of the Swift Waves. So this is going to prevent the break. If he had put the Goblin Sneak in, that would also prevent Unicorn Stronghold, but this is probably fine. Ooh, spreading the darkness. Interesting. There is a censure for that. That's nice. So that is still going to cost him 2 honor, which is not that big right now, but we'll see. Again, this is another matchup where, ooh, what? Swaps the Master of the Swift Waves with the Battle Maiden Recruit. What is... Ooh, he's got a Talisman. Ooh, this is really good. So he talismans into Feast or Famine. This is like insanely good, actually. He talismans into Feast or Famine. It breaks. He takes the fate from Kudaka and puts it on Master. I really like this. And then he saves his encampment as well. So, yep, we're going to see the talisman go to Feast or Famine. What's that? Wait. Oh. That's pretty funny. So he moves the Invocation of Ash to Kudaka to take 1 fate off of her. I'm not sure how much I actually like that. Like it's a clever play, I guess. Oh wow. 2 Vengeful Oathkeepers come into play. This game is very quickly turning in Action Johnny's favor. So yeah, he only gets 1 fate on the Master of the Swift Waves now, but like you don't really care that much, right? Like he spent an honor from the Invocation of Ash ability, and it's gonna leave play this turn, so he won't get another use out of it. So like, it's not a big deal. So I think Action Johnny needs to go for an Earth Ring. He's currently down 5 cards, which is not really good. So getting an Earth Ring would be pretty strong. Also, you wouldn't mind taking this Void Ring off the table. But yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to get both. I mean, maybe you play Void Ring just to wipe your opponent's board and keep him from getting the Void Ring. And then just get Earth next turn, I guess. He's still ahead 5 fate, but again, down 5 cards. So it looks like we were seeing the Oathkeepers gonna go at the Border Fortress with the Void Ring. Yep, seems good. So this is 4 strength. So if he doesn't have any military... Oh, never mind. This is political, actually. So yeah, I actually like this because sea42 currently doesn't really have any political. If you went military with this, all it would take would be the Stoic Gunso using its ability to defend it. But this way he has 3 political versus at most 1, and it looks like he's going to keep the Border Fortress here to continue farming it. Defending with the Gunso, I'm not sure I like that. I feel like you need to save the Gunso for another attack. Maybe not. Like, this is not breaking and you're not going to win anyway, and the 1 honor doesn't really matter, right? So I think I would just not defend here. And then go with both of these characters on a military attack. Ooh, yeah, so he defends and passes. Not a big fan of this line. That is going to be the Void Ring on the Moto Youth. So now sea43 will have a chance to attack again here. But yeah, just has the Moto Youth now. So he can do a military attack somewhere with just 2 strength. I would probably go for the Earth Ring just to, again, take that off the table so Action Johnny doesn't have a chance to grab it. Since that's really the one thing that sea43 has going for him right now is his hand size. So just take the Earth Ring probably to keep that up. Even if you don't win it, then at least Action Johnny doesn't get the effect. He didn't use Border Fortress again. I have to imagine that that's a mistake, right? Like, there's literally no reason to not just reveal the Rally to the Cause. That's, like, completely free. I don't know. Moto Youth is going to attack... Ooh, attacks Pilgrimage with the Fire Ring. Okay, so Fire is the Keeper Ring, so he will... But he has his Keeper in play already. He should have sacrificed it with the Stoic Gunso, so he could get it back into play. Either way, I think this should be Earth, though. Maybe he's trying to bait Action Johnny to defend to get the Keeper Fate. Maybe he has like another Spreading the Darkness or something. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the plan is here. He's got to have some kind of military buff if he's attacking here, right? With fire especially. Don't see any reason. I don't know. If Action Johnny really wants to keep this Border Fortress around, he could just... Ooh, he's actually going to pass his conflict. That's fine. He still has 1 left. You'd think he would have a military buff, yeah. But this does mean that Action Johnny can go ahead and take this Earth Ring now, which I think he should. Probably just go Military Earth with both of his remaining characters at the Border Fortress to turn on the Stronghold and the Shiotome Encampment. Seems good. Yeah, I really don't like that the defense with the Stoic Gunso that happened a minute ago. I think that was definitely a mistake. And especially if you don't sacrifice the Keeper Initiate. Oh wow, he's going water actually. Okay, so this is fine also. Let's see. So if there's no defense, then he bows the Moto Youth. If there is a defense, okay, he... Wait. Whoa. That's actually crazy. Did you guys see that? That's the first time I've seen that. That's insane. So he used Border Fortress to reveal his own rally to the cause and switch the conflict to political. That's actually a really good play because it means that now Action Johnny won't get to use his stronghold and get another military attack. So this Earth Ring is just not going to, or this Water Ring is not really going to do anything for him. If he had gone Earth, then that would have been better probably. Border Fortress is going to break as well. So finally breaking that. At this point, though, since Rally to the Cause is now flipped, You just need to break either Upholding Authority or the face down one, and then just go at the Stronghold. We see a pass. What would be pretty insane here would be a Captive Audience, I think. Nah, it wouldn't be that good, because you still can't use your Stronghold. You only have one character now. Yeah, so probably just pass. Yep, so it's going to break. Ready's a Vengeful Oathkeeper to do pretty much nothing. I guess his opponent does still have one conflict left, so if he needs a defender. Ooh, we see her reprieve on Kudaka. That's pretty good. She's going to stay in play with her Invocation of Ash. It's actually really good. But Action Johnny will still have his Master of the Swift Waves with Talisman, who is also honored now. And he's up 2 breaks to 1. 6 fate to 0. Still down 5 cards, but that's okay. Yeah, so I think that the second conflict should have probably been Earth from Action Johnny. I see what he was going for, but I think Earth is just better. I think that seems like the theme of the day is that I keep saying that people should go Earth and they don't. Maybe it's just me. Ooh, interesting. So 1 Fate Moto Youth, so I imagine Action Johnny's going to play the Moto Youth and the Nergui. On the other side, we have only 7 Fate. Ooh, just passes. Interesting. So we could see like a charge and a Cavalry Reserves maybe with all that Fate. So yeah, you definitely play the Nergui, right? Yep, with 3 Fate. And then they both bid 5. Ooh, he bids 4. I think this is a mistake. I think you should bid 5 here every time. Like, your opponent isn't going to drop to a 1 bid here and try to dishonor you. That would just be insane. So the honor doesn't really matter. So essentially you're just giving up 1 card advantage that you had. Could be up 5 still. You're only up 4. Ooh, and we see a Spyglass on Nergui. And she has 3 Fate as well, and there's no attachment control. Ooh, double Spyglass. Oh. Yeah, things are about to get pretty spicy here, I think. Yeah, no attachment control in either deck. Except for maybe a couple Mia Mystics. So yeah, those Spyglasses are going to stick here. And he's going to be able to draw a lot of cards. And even up that card advantage. There's a Windswept Yurt here. So yeah, that's even less reason to bid for. Not really sure about that one. So Action Johnny has the first attack here. It looks like he's going for a firing to try and get that Keeper Initiate. Finds Shameful Display. So we can see defense and an ability use here. Nergui can send Kudaka home if he wants to. This is political, so he will probably need to do that if he wants to win the conflict. This is going to be 7 skill on defense versus 5 on attack. So yeah, he'll need 2 more skill to actually win. And he wants this break, right? Yeah, you want to break here, so I would just send her home. Gets to use Shameful, but oh well. And then you just go for the... Oh, that's actually sick. He plays Captive Audience. Ooh, Cloud the Mind, though. I'm not sure why you didn't send Kudaka home first. I was about to say that. Like, you send her home first and then you play Captive Audience, right? Wait. Brings in the Goblin Sneak? Okay. This is kind of weird. but we'll keep going. This means that sea43 is going to get the Keeper Fate and a Keeper Initiate now, so I think maybe he didn't think this through all the way. Like, if you just send Kudaka home... Actually, I'm not sure why he didn't just Cloud Nergui as the first action. But yeah, you should probably send Kudaka home first in case he has the Cloud. That would have been what I did. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he's going to play a Cav Reserves. That could still happen. Could see Shono, Border Rider, 2 Battle Maidens. That would be really strong. Oh, he has it. Very nice. So it's actually just fine. And I think with that, Johnny is actually just going to win the game. He should 100% win this conflict, right? And break Shameful. After he uses Shono, he's up 4 more skill. Then he uses Stronghold. Doesn't really need to, I guess, but just does it anyway. He has the encampment to unbow Shono, and then he just goes big military at the Stronghold. We see a charge. Does he have the second sentry here? No, he does not. So Jiro is going to come in, so Action Johnny can still win, but he won't be breaking now. But again, he will get to unbow the Border Rider and Shono after this conflict, so still going to be in a pretty good place. And C43, both of his characters will be bowing here. So I think Action Johnny can still win this turn, right? I think he should be able to. Ooh, there's an Invocation of Ash on Motojiro. It depends on what is in his opponent's hand. I think even if he doesn't win this turn, though, he's still probably fine, unless there's like a reprieve. We'll see what happens. There's Cloud the Mind on Jiro. Yeah, he'll have 2 more military conflicts. He doesn't even have to win this conflict, he just has to win his next conflict. So it's looking pretty good. Jiro can't move home now. So I think playing that card signals that Johnny probably has a military buff, so he's going to Cloud Jiro first, so he can't move home after, and then play his buff. See what he has. Could be an Invocation of Ash. Could be something else. It is a Bonsai, that is something else. Do you double Bonsai here? I think you do. Like, yeah, he does. Like, your honor literally doesn't matter. So, might as well. Ooh, there's an opposing Bonsai, though. So, we still will need another card here. And losing this conflict is not good. Ooh, passes. Yeah, that is unfortunate. So Shono's going to get dishonored now because of pride, and we see the Keeper Initiate come into play as well as the Keeper Fate. Border Rider is going to unbow, so you probably save the encampment for now. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate there, but should be fine still. So let's see, is the Keeper Initiate going to attack? Probably have to, right? Although you are going into a Talisman, so I don't know. So what happened? We see a conflict at Border Fortress, so Border Fortress is free to attack now. So that's good. This is the water ring, so you definitely want to defend this. Gonna get 2 more spyglass triggers here. Action Johnny is out of fate though. And he still needs a military ring before he can use his encampment. Should be able to get that though. But yeah, he really doesn't want this water ring to go off. That's going to mean probably Dro gets unbowed. See a pass. 5-1. I don't think Action Johnny should be able to win this, right? We'll see. But yeah, it is very possible for Action Johnny to still break this turn. He moves the Invocation of Ash. So it looks like he does have another political buff here. As long as Action Johnny wins this conflict, all he has to do is break Shameful on his military attack, and then stand up the Master of the Swift Waves, and break the Stronghold. And so yeah, it's just if he can win this attack. We see another Invocation of Ash. So let's see if Action Johnny has anything else. Conflict character would do it, but he has no fate. Let's see what's in his deck. Looks like everything costs fate here. Ooh, court games. Court games would work. Unleash, no. Yeah, Unleash the Djinn would actually work because he has the favor. I think that's it. So just one of those 2 cards. Let's see if he has it. Again, if Action Johnny wins this conflict, I think he can probably win the game this turn. If he loses it, then maybe not. But we'll see. Ooh. Why is he doing this? So Action Johnny is going to reveal Rally to the Cause as well to switch this to military. But why would you do that? Oh, Legion of One. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So he's going to get +6 here. If there's another charge, that would be good. He has 6 fate, so we'll see what he can do here. Ooh, he doesn't have anything. Wow. So Action Johnny is going to win that, and he's going to go ahead and use the encampment to ready Moto Nergui. So he's just going to go with her at Shameful, I guess. You could send the Border Rider also, maybe. But you don't really need to. Actually, yeah, I would probably send the Border Rider also. Border Rider and either the Moto Youth or Nergui. I'm actually not sure why he used Shiotome there. I think the better move would probably be to attack with Master of the Swift Waves and one other character, and then use the encampment to ready the Master of the Swift Waves. But he is going to do this. So going for the Earth Ring, finally. Master of the Swift Waves is enough to break the Stronghold on her own. So he's just going to go all in on this Shameful here to get the break. This plays around like a potential conflict character. If he has another scout, that won't be enough now. And regardless of what happens here, if C43 doesn't have any reprieves, then I think he's just going to lose the game next turn. Gonna need those reprieves to keep some of this board around. We see no defense. And, ooh, cavalry reserves. So it brings in Moto Youths, Shono, and a Battle Maiden Recruit. So it is 6-6 now. So Action Johnny needs another military buff now. Or, he needs another character, actually. Ooh, pass. That's very unfortunate. If C43 actually plays a conflict character now, that would be pretty good. Oh man, if he has a conflict character, that could actually swing this in the other direction, I think. Because he would have to win then, right? There's no way he wouldn't win. And Shono would get honored, and he would be able to use a stronghold. Not that that would really matter, I guess. Oh yeah, you could just move in Juro. That, oh well, you can't because he's clouded. But if he wasn't clouded, yeah. Ooh, we do see a Wayfinder. So let's see. So if he had left Nergui bowed and sent in the Master of the Swift Waves and these two characters, he would be at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 as a bonsai. This isn't enough. Does he have another Wayfinder? He needs to have like exactly the Wayfinder, but if he had the Wayfinder, he should have played it to prevent Shono's ability from going off, right? It's a little bit strange. Maybe he has an Invocation of Ash. Wait, he passes? Question mark? Gotta play around that Fallen in battle. Yeah, that's true. Actually, again, I don't know what C43's deck list is because because Five Rings DB is down. If he does have the Fallen in battle, then that I think would be the reason that Action Johnny played that, I guess. Which I guess is actually correct in that case. That still hurts pretty bad though, losing that conflict. This is pretty funny here. Whoa, good omen. Well, that explains why he bid 4. So I take back everything I said about not bidding 4, and I replace that with you shouldn't play Good Omen, but, you know, whatever. He has a reprieve also, that's pretty strong. Didn't use the reserves on offense for the watering? Yeah, I'm not sure. Um, Good Omen, yeah. Nobody ever sees the Good Omen coming, I guess. Although Action Johnny knew it was in his deck because he does have the deck list. Ooh. Ooh. Kudaka dupe. So Action Johnny's still in a pretty okay position, I think. Um, he's up 1 break. He is even on hand size and pretty much even on honor. And he's going to be up fate now as well. So I think I like this for Action Johnny. Ooh, we see the Child of the Plains played as well. I don't think Child of the Plains is a good card, is it? Uh-oh. Okay, he reconnected. He disconnected there. So back to bidding 5. Probably doesn't have any more Good Omens in his hand. There's a Force of the River on Kudaka. Ooh. Wait, why didn't he play it on Shahai? Oh, it's this character or a neutral character. Okay. Never mind. I was like, wait, why isn't this fate going down? Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, double Force of the River seems good. So I think you should go for the Void Ring first. That seems like it is pretty important on this board. What Action Johnny needs to do at this point is outlast sea43 because he keeps dropping like these reprieves and stuff, right, to keep his characters on the board, but eventually he's going to run out of those, and then his board is just going to clear. So you need to outlast him, and keeping this encampment around will be good as well. So let's see where he's going to attack. Looks like he's going for the air ring. I don't like that at pilgrimage. I think you should I think you should always go void here. Like void is just so important on this board, right? So is there any way you can stop this? We see no defense. Ooh, Talisman of the Sun. Okay. So he's going to move this to what? Upholding Authority, I guess? Yeah, Upholding Authority seems like the play here. Just go ahead and let that break. Yeah, so Encampment on Pilgrimage turns out is pretty good. Especially with talismans. And again, no attachment control, so nothing he can do about this. Oh, that's funny. Uses Child of the Plains. Doesn't really do anything. There's an Assassinate on the Utaku Infantry. That's pretty good. Although, not the end of the world. So, Action Johnny is just going to pass now, I imagine. This does mean that you can use the Unicorn Stronghold. Sacrifice the Child of the Plains, right? Yep. Upholding Authority breaks, so we'll get to see what is in the hand here momentarily. Unfortunately, that happens before the Kudaka trigger, so he will get to draw another card that we won't know. Let's see what he discards here. If there's a third reprieve in hand, then you might have to do that. Of course, if you could get like... Alright, let's see. Bonsai, Captive Audience, Censure, Fallen Battle, Skirmisher, Wayfinder, discards 2 Bonsai. So that's pretty good value there. 2 Bonsais. Pretty good. So he has a Captive Audience, Censure is dead, Fallen Battle, you gotta watch out for that. So I guess that is what he was playing around earlier with that other Bonsai. The Skirmisher and the Wayfinder, that is a bit of a problem. So Action Johnny should definitely go for the Military Void here, I think. Like, if you don't win that, I think you just lose the game. And if you do win it, then you're still in it. And especially if your opponent spends a lot to try and win and doesn't. You're only going in with 5 skill, which is not a lot, versus 2 Force of the River. So that is kind of tough, actually. If you have Cav reserves in hand, though, that's really good. Yeah, you need like a charge or a Cav reserves or something. Gonna go at Shameful Display with just Nergui contesting the Void Ring. So this is kind of tempting him to defend with Shahai, I think. So you get value out of the Shameful Display trigger. Defends with both. If he can win by more than 5, he can fall in battle, but I think obviously, so Action Johnny knows his hand exactly except for 1 card, so if he thought that there was a big risk of falling in battle happening here, then I don't think he would do this attack. 2 cards now because of the Spyglass. So yeah, he needs the Captive Audience or the Charge, or ideally both. Captive Audience, you pull... Let's see. Probably Border Rider, Shono, and 2 Battle Maidens. And then you charge the regulars, and then you buff everybody, and then you're happy. And then you hope your opponent didn't pull a Captive Audience. Or, sorry, a Cavalry Reserves. With those 2 cards. Even if he did... Oh, no, Force of the River, never mind. So maybe with Force of the River you don't get Shono. Let's see, this is kind of awkward. You don't have any 1 costs in the discard. So I guess you go Master of the Swift Waves, Double Battle Maiden, and Border Rider? Maybe? Shono is another +1/+1. But it also has Pride. We do see the charge, nice. Unfortunately, this means that since his opponent passed, he can use Shameful now and dishonor the regulars for a total swing of 3 skill, so the conflict will be tied. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to use the Force of the River first. Not actually sure why you use Force of the River first over Shameful. I don't know if it'll matter or not, but let's see what else Action Johnny has. Maybe this is to play around the cavalry reserves. He probably should have played cavalry reserves first if he had it, though. Because then you beat the Force of the River. Be up. Wait, would you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 5. Yeah, you actually wouldn't, so this is fine. So charging kind of makes him use the first Force of the River just in case there is that cavalry reserves. We might see that played anyway if he has it. He very much wants to win this conflict. Oh man, this game is going a little bit longer than I thought it would. Okay, yeah, he does have the cavalry reserves. Is going to go with the Shono Border Rider to Battle Maidens. So sea43 has to use the other Force of the River now or play a conflict character so that Shono can't get used. Yep, it does do that. So this is actually just going to bring it back to a tie after Shameful is used. And what was in his hand? He does have 2 conflict characters. So I feel like C43 is going to be fine here. We'll see. Maybe Action Johnny has another bonsai. What else does he have in terms of military buffs? What happened? Ooh, wow, we see a charge on defense to bring the Minami Kaze regulars into play. That is very strong. Action Johnny passes. He's down by 3. So you use Shameful now. Wait. No! He didn't use Shameful. Why didn't he use Shameful? He could have used Shameful and then he would have enough skill to use Fallen in battle here. Huh. I mean, I guess he's still fine, but that seems like a pretty big mistake. Right? Well, either way, C43 is probably going to play a conflict character here, I imagine. Yep, there's the Skirmisher. And he can get a free ring here. You could go water. You don't care too much about this Moto Youth, though, because he has 0 political, and every other conflict is going to be political now. So I would probably go Earth. So you want to equalize the hand sizes. He is going to go water, okay. Water's fine. Action Johnny needs to have another conflict character here, I think, so he can try and get that Earth Ring. Yeah, not using Shameful just seems like a big mistake, though. Oh, he has the Border Rider he can ready. That's something. Actually, maybe go Fire, because he has a Keeper Initiate. If you can win the firing, then that's what you do. In fact, I think this attack actually should have been fire. We see no defense. We see Goblin Sneak. Interesting. Is he got a Legion of One here? I think that's probably what we're going to see, right? He has to have some kind of buff if he's playing the Goblin Sneak, right? I'm still pretty confused on why sea42 didn't activate Shameful so he could play Fallen in Battle. But oh well. Ooh, if Action Johnny wins this ring, actually, I just realized this is military. So if he wins this, he can use Encampment to stand Nergui and get an extra 2 draws this turn. That's pretty strong. So yeah, if you have Legion of One, I'm definitely playing it here. Or like literally any military buff. Invocation of Ash, that works very nicely. The Wayfinder is not good enough now, he'll need something else. Does he have something else? Let's find out. Nope, passes. So, good win here for Action Johnny. He's going to keep his Motor Youth unbowed, and he's going to be able to unbow both the Nergui and the Border Rider now. So he can attack Shameful Display again with Nergui probably, and then save the other two for defense, I guess? I don't know. I would definitely swing Nergui into Shameful. Border Rider stands up. And stand Nergui, please. Please. Is he gonna do it? I don't know if he's gonna do it. Taking some time on this decision here. Not really sure why. What ring are you going to take, actually? That's a good question, probably. I think you have to go fire. fire seems like the play. Ooh, wow, he doesn't stand near GUI. What is happening? And he's going to go at Shameful Display with 2 skill. I don't really like this unless he has Captive Audience, in which case I do really like this. Although I might still have wanted to send Nergui in there. We see, ooh, no defense pass. He's going to core games to honor the Border Rider. So Shameful is breaking now, and activating it will not stop that. So maybe he's hoping that his opponent plays Wayfinder and then he plays Captive Audience. He's only played 1. So he has 1 left. That would definitely be really strong here. In fact, that might actually be game winning. Maybe. Ooh, he has it. Very nice. And I don't think there's anything sea42 can do. So yeah, Shameful is going to break here, and he'll get to use his Stronghold. And then he'll stand up. Okay, there's the Wayfinder. This doesn't quite do it, though. He can use Shameful. He's still losing by 3. Does he have another card? No, he doesn't. Wow. So yeah, that literally didn't do anything other than get him the Shameful trigger and save him the unopposed honor. So I'm not really sure why he did that. Because he has no fate now, so he can't play any more conflict characters. So I think Action Johnny might just win now, right? Like, you unbow the regulars, and then you go at rally with a 6 strength political. Ooh. Honors Chono. I would have honored the regulars instead. Get him some extra strength and then swing in. Right? But yeah, I don't see how he loses if he does that. Think he might have it here. Yeah, and we see game called there. There is the concede, yep. Wow, so yeah, definitely a really close game. A lot of back and forth happening. But Action Johnny was able to pull out the victory there. Very well played. Oh yeah, he's still here. Yeah, no talisman. Yeah, no talisman would have helped a lot. Not seeing that was unfortunate. But yeah, good game from both players there. Definitely an interesting one. So Action Johnny wins that game. He will move on to the round of 32 and play against Gomes, a dragon player. Should be fun. Ooh, is that the first? I think this might be this might be the first time a unicorn has ever won a cup game. or at least the first time Unicorn has ever gotten past top 64. I'm pretty sure it's the first time. I'm pretty sure that Unicorn has never made it past the round of 64 before. Obviously, that was going to happen either way this game, but still pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to be it for this game. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. It's getting pretty late, and I would like to go to bed. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys next time.